मुद्दों पर दोनों नेता आपस में बातचीत करेंगे, चर्चा करेंगे और उसके बाद क्या कुछ निकलकर सामने आ रहा है वो एक संयुक्त साझा बयान में हमारे सामने होगा।
व्हाइट हाउस के गलियारे में दोनों नेताओं का टहलते हुए तस्वीरें ममता ये हम सब भारतीयों को बहुत अच्छी लगेंगी और जिस बात का
This is the Oval Office where the American president is making his opening remarks. In a moment from now, we'll of course get the feed from the White House on these opening remarks, also from our own journalists and agencies. Images of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the US President Joe Biden walking down the halls, and this conversation extremely important. Rahul, you're still with us, where the Prime Minister spoke of the very close relationship between India and the United States of America. But Rahul, beyond the optics, and great optics on the south lawns of the White House, but beyond those optics, there's real cooperation that's happening, that's been described as transformational, especially in critical and emerging technologies, Rahul.
Actually, look, I was just noticing the body language there when this meeting was going on. The Prime Minister clearly loves and relishes this moment, It's just very interesting. These are things that, either can burden you and just seem like, very complicated to get to, but his face is beaming, loving every moment and loving this action. Gaurav, we're now told that this bilateral conversation will go on for about an hour and a half. And after which is likely to be that press conference. So we're just gearing up now. We've been taken away from the south lawns of the White House. We were in the press briefing room, which is where the briefing will happen, but not right away. In a while from now, the press briefing will happen over there. And we're told there'll be a couple of questions each from the Indian side and from the American side that will be posed during this press briefing. It was interesting to see the reactions from some of the American officials who were there. We just had an opportunity to have a quick conversation with Eric Garcetti, the American ambassador to India, who's just come in. He seemed quite shocked with the way the talks have gone so far, with the way with the way this visit has gone so far. Anthony Blinken was there, and on the Indian side we had Dr. Jaishankar and Ajit Doval, both listening very intently, trying to get a sense of what's happening, and obviously very mindful of the fact that this is history being scripted right before our eyes. In 2005 is when the nuclear civilian deal was announced, and that was a big moment. That was a transformative chapter, as it was. It may not be one particular deal, but all of this taken together, the GE announcement, the Predator drones, the state visits, all of it would not just be a sentence or a paragraph, but essentially a very substantive new chapter in India-America ties, which will be spoken of and referred to for many years to come, which is why I said what we are seeing, Gaurav, quite literally, is history being scripted before our eyes.
Oh, absolutely, Rahul, and history that will benefit India and the United States, and as both the President of the United States and Prime Minister say, benefit humankind. Sarvajan Hitai is what Prime Minister said. But this $800 million investment that's being spoken of in the semiconductor industry, does that in a way symbolize some of what's happening? The GE 414 engines, the MOU with HAL and GE, all of this, what does this indicate? Is America finally opening its home and heart and sharing technology with India and not just selling military hardware to India, Rahul?
Each time we've spoken to Rajiv Chandrasekhar or to Ashwini Vaishnav, India's ministers for telecom and IT, they've been speaking of how there will be a big announcement virtually any moment, any day. So they've waited for it for a long time, and that finally forthcoming when we heard Micron announce that they'll be setting up $825 million semiconductor facility in India. That's a big achievement. We were speaking to Ashwini Vaishnav a short while ago. It's not a one-stop solution. It's not as if one deal ultimately just gets you going. It's a whole journey. It's a whole process. And that Micron announcement, a very significant step in that process, Gaurav. A very significant step in that process, Gaurav. Gaurav, give me a moment. As I just came out, I can go back to our video journalist, and then we can be live with you in just a few more seconds, Gaurav. I'll be back with you in a few seconds.
Rahul, you're live with me, and it's great to have you, even though it was nice watching you inside the Oval Office, giving us those images of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the US President Joe Biden in conversation there, and the White House press room. But from this point on, Rahul, the bilaterals, what all are the two talking about, and the extended delegation level talks, how long is that likely to last?
Because the White House has told us, hello?
Okay, give me a moment. I'll reestablish that link with Rahul Kanwal in just a moment. But the new world order post-COVID, and how do India and the United States of America work together? The point that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was mentioning. Okay, let's go quickly cut across and get you those opening statements of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
जब भी आपको जहां भी अवसर मिला है, आपने हमेशा भारत के बहुत अच्छे शुभचिंतक रहे, और जब भी आपको जहां भी अवसर मिला है, आपने हमेशा भारत के बहुत अच्छे शुभचिंतक रहे, और जब भी आपको जहां भी अवसर मिला है, आपने हमेशा भारत के बहुत अच्छे शुभचिंतक रहे, और जब भी आपको जहां भी अवसर मिला है, आपने हमेशा भारत के बहुत अच्छे शुभचिंतक रहे, और जब भी आपको जहां भी अवसर